Gemini, welcome to Pure Tarot. So I'm doing a quick read to find out what 2021 has to say to you. It's parting words, as if a year could speak, right? But it's just a fun way to look at what this year might have brought in that was special for you, anything that was highlighted, anything that was different, anything that was significant. So this is what we're here to look at and see what the cards want to tell you that 2021 was for you, right? Let's get that together. Geminis. So first card out will be an oracle card. And we have, wow, solitude. Interesting. I do like the lighthouse. I think that's a beautiful symbolism of, you know, a place where you have like a mission, but you're like so remote, you know, like not many people know of your mission, but you do have something to do, something to accomplish, which is make sure that you guide the other boats across, you know, the water safely. So interesting. Let's pull some tarot. Sorry. That's half the pack that fell right there. That's interesting. Maybe it'll mean something later on. Okay, one card already. Another. Wow, the world in reverse, the devil in reverse, the hermit, 3 major arcanas, and the 3 of swords. Wow. One last card, 5 of wands. I'll do one more. That's really like a strange turn of events here. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Wow. Well, I'll use the minor arcanas to clarify the major arcanas. So let's look at the world in reverse with the 3 of swords here. Definitely a past wound, something still relatively fresh, still opened, you know, hasn't scarred fully, right? It's still current. And here the 5 of wands with the devil card in reverse. It's interesting. You know, you obviously went through some ordeal, right? And I think that you separated yourself from others, obviously here with solitude, but I think it was far more than you intended. I think you've isolated yourself so much so that, you know, here you have the Hermit and the Queen of Swords in reverse, and I think that you've become this bitter person. The Queen of Swords in reverse, it's like a gradual transformation where initially it was out of protection, you know, you're healing, you're trying to get past this hurt. And then you get trapped sort of, you know, in a cycle here with, you know, where you don't want to fight, you don't want to be in contact with others because it's too painful. So you isolate yourself even more here. This is what you've done throughout 2021. But you've become this really, really cold, very cold person. Gemini, this is let's see what these cards have to say. I'm really curious. Okay. Let's look here. Choice. I drew lust on the pile with the devil. This is my devil card, right, in my makeshift deck. And then murky situation for the Queen of Swords in reverse. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place, literally. You're being asked to make a choice, yet, you know, no matter which avenue you choose, it's painful. And you can't find solace, really. You can't find full healing. You haven't come full circle yet. And here, the idea of being trapped again, you know, being trapped in what you perceive to be this strife, you know, for just like life in general, as if it's always a strife, you know. It's always like an uphill battle for you kind of thing. And you are just like more and more isolated here with the Hermit card. And you close off with the Queen of Swords in reverse. You close off, and by not speaking up, you know, you let people interpret what is happening, right? Or what you might be thinking, or how you might be feeling. And they might not be interpreting right. It's an interesting scenario. I don't know if you're up to par with, if you're actually sensitive to how you go through this, right? How this is how you are operating here, how you close off. I mean, this is more than closing off. This is like full, total shutdown. Like, I mean, this card didn't come out for anything, right? Solitude, like, it's really central. Well, let's see what, I'm going to draw one last card. I would like to see what the year has to tell you about this whole thing, right? Like, what's the advice, or like, what's the direction for this, really? Because it's an interesting one, Gemini. It's basically calling you out on what you've done, how you've been behaving, or sort of protecting yourself, you know. Look. And it's connection. I love it. That's a beautiful card. Let me draw one card of tarot on this one. Let's look at that. For you, Gemini, one card of tarot on this. There's a few. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands, which I love to see. There's a lot of beauty. And then we have the Four of Cups in reverse, strength, and the Three of Coins in reverse. Oops. Oops. There you go. It's a beautiful way to end the reading. This connection, it could be connection with reconnecting with yourself and a better version of yourself, right? When you're ultra confident and when solitude becomes like an asset, when you're actually, you know, super independent and productive and that kind of, right, solitude. Which is also embodied here with the strength. So it's a good one. I mean, here the adjacent cards, the Four of Cups in reverse, is showing how you're coming out of, you know, a stagnant maybe period or just phase or... And then here, I don't think you're wanting to teamwork too much. I think it's what we're describing about this, mainly this independent energy, first and foremost. This sort of solitary, I mean, that will, it totally permeates the read, right? You can't escape this one, Gemini. I mean, it is the central card, right? But I think that you're doing it, you're doing it in a spirit of eventually connecting, but I don't think it's your primary focus. I think your primary focus here is, you know, taking care of that power, you know, making sure you get back into your sort of, like back onto your land or back onto in your like lair, or how do you call the lions, we say lion's den, is that how we say it? So like, so that kind of idea where, you know, it's their particular spot, right? Yeah, I think it's how you're experiencing this solitude, you know, I guess in confidence, in beauty, in let's call it as well, you know, like somehow egocentric in the sense of being this, you know, you being the center of your own attention, right? In the obviously with, you know, wellness in mind, right, as a goal. So it's extremely positive, of course. So, but 2021 is calling you on being stuck, okay, in repetitive sort of cycles. You know, always being stuck in a place where you feel like things are incomplete. And so you're going to keep, you know, it's going to be infinite. So you don't want to stay there. And when you do isolate yourself and you want to do, you want to reflect, maybe just don't be so harsh, you know, with the Queen of Swords in reverse here, you know. have a bit more social savviness, you know, some more of the charming qualities of the Queen of Wands instead of, I guess, the sharp words of the Queen of Swords in reverse, you know. She has no tact here. She has no tact. Anyways, Gemini, maybe 2022 won't be as solitary. I think maybe this was what you've experienced in 2021. Let's look into more connections into 2022 for you. Thank you. Like my video and do share. Thank you. Bye.